Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. So yesterday we made a library which is supposed to function as a tutorial for the game. So we have little objects in here so you can read about the idols. And then I think I want these behind. So these will be, I think these will be probably up on this level right here, up next to the books, and then we'll add another layer, yeah, maybe we just scoot them up two rows. So, and then we can add our controls, so that people know what keys are what. So like, I do want the beginning of the game to you know, like within 2 scenes of walking in the game, you get to the point where you can read about the controls. So I think that's only fair for new players. I wanted to have like a key and like a little exploration before you unlock the library, but I think we just need to get access to the players for the controls first. Okay, so we're gonna scoot these all up by 2, right? Including this. So these 4s will become 2. Okay, and then we need to draw them at the right level here. So we'll just erase them from here. I'm gonna draw them before I erase them to make sure I don't get this all screwed up. I watched a really cool little documentary about the making of Animal Well today, which I thought was cool. Yeah, I'm thinking either right here or one above. Oops. Man, I don't know how to use this app, man. I can't just move these? Oh god. Okay. Yeah, I think I do want them scooted up. Well, maybe one more. What up, Fart Knocker? How's it going? I think we're gonna make, I don't know, it looks kind of weird up at the top like that. Okay, maybe I'm talking about the same one. It was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet. I mean, it was like, I think it was only like 50 minutes. But it's really interesting to hear about Billy Basso because me and him have a very similar kind of what's it called? Not backstory, but like, I don't know. Yo, Fart Knocker, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for saying what's up. Yo, sounds good. Yeah, I know. I've been just streaming late for whatever reason, so playing that Pokemon TCG Pocket with the new RCS packs. So I think I was just like wanting to enjoy my Sunday, so I was just opening packs and playing it. It's a Saturday, not Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So we moved him up 1. Let's see. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So it looks like we scooted them up proper. So let's get one more layer of tutorial here. We also need to limit this meditation spell or the Flama spell. You know, we've got to do a couple things. Like we can only cast a spell if the spell's equipped, right? Right now we don't have a spell equipped, but we're still able to cast Flama. And then I want to render Flama in the spell slot as well, not just the red color there. And then maybe, yeah. I don't know. I kind of want it maybe to be. I don't like that it's kind of the same color as his hair. It doesn't really pop. You know, if we had the different color tunic, it looks a little better. But maybe we make it a little more bluish than the red it is, just so it doesn't match his hair as much. But we also need to make a little controller. So let's go ahead and get started on that. We're gonna make a little controller here. What is right there? Is that just pure black? I think it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a little controller here. And I'm okay, you know, it's a little weird to have things like a controller in the physical video game space, but I just think it's better than the characters telling you, hey Tashio, you need to press the A button, you know? So I think I'm okay with this. We'll make like I don't know, we'll make just like a little controller, like a standard little shape of a controller. Like a gamepad, right? Yeah, Squinch, you know, it's weird. It's like anytime I've seen anyone play the game, they always ask what the controls are. And even when I put the controls like on the screen, people still ask what the controls are. But to be fair, like on the Steam release and everything, like people can't read what's on the website to go know what keys do what. God, that looks so bad. So I would rather pull them out in a very specific spot in the game. Like the library is kind of like where it teaches you about these things, and then we just never reference it outside the library. So library is just purely for like game knowledge, right? I think that feels good to me. Yo, I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out. I think that's pretty damn readable. So yeah, Squinge, are you saying that going into the library and seeing the controller thing is just totally pulls you out? Or are you talking about when the characters tell you? Like when Mage comes up and says, Tashio, you gotta press P. Yeah, see, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, I kind of want to just say, you know, I kind of want to just set them up because it's information they need, and I just don't want to put it in the game anywhere else. Like, I'm fine. Like, I don't want it part of the opening cinematic or anything, like, where they say, all right, now press A, and then you do it, and then you see it, and then they say, good job, and then and then you do the other stuff. Yeah. So it's something that's just tough in all games. Like I feel, you know, very few games I feel do tutorials well. And this game is not able to just be, you know, like I feel like some games like can wing it. Like some games like, I don't know, Cannibalt or whatever. That game, you don't really need one. I think there is one in there actually too. Like iPhone games, I feel like don't always need this, but this is like, you know, they need to know pressing enter pulls up your inventory, so we have to be able to tell them that. So I think, yeah, and I don't want it to be, I don't want the little things on screen with little arrows that force you to do it and they say, good job, you did it. Like, I think I just want to give them a place to reference, and then if they fucking don't read it, then whatever, they have to figure it out. That's totally fine, but it's there if they need it. So I think we'll make this controller, and then we'll make like a little inventory. We'll make a little inventory sheet too, right? So like maybe we can pull up, excuse me. I want to pull up this inventory and do, no way. Wow, I remember playing that game back when it came out. Wow, that's funny. What do you say about it? Was it, I'm trying to remember. I mean, that was like a platformer, right? Like yeah, dude, it's tough. Okay, I want to see if I screenshotted it with the cursor on, because I kind of want to just shrink this down, see what it looks like in the 16 by 16, and kind of just say, hey, here's your inventory, press enter or the start button or whatever. And what, that's crazy too. It's like, do I have to say, you know, since there's maybe a gamepad control or a keyboard control or a touch control, you know, like since the touch controls have referenced the Game Boy buttons, I think we might be able to get away with saying start button, because you have to touch the start button on the Game Boy overlay to pull up the menu. So we still have to say two things. We have to say enter or the start button, I think. But anyway, let's pull this up. Okay, I want to pull, let's make a new 16 by 16. Wow, yeah, I'd like to tie the tiger or Tasmanian. I remember that game. Holy crap, okay. Man, Game Boy resolution is just so small. Nice, yes. And what's funny is like I want to add a little map. This is actually really close. You know, we have to do like a little. This is pretty readable as the HUD, but like we can do a little better on some of the colors. Red, blue, green, yellow. Cool. Yeah, honestly, just something like this. Yeah. It looks a little weird. Maybe we clean this up a bit. You know, we can do the tunic colors too here. And then the tomes maybe. So blue, green, blue, red, yellow. Green, blue, red, yellow. And then the tomes, which are just gray. Okay. Looks a little vague, but I don't know what other image we would use, right, for an inventory, because we need an image to represent inventory. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking we just do this. You know, we can replace it always if we need to, if we come up with a better idea. But so there's controls, inventory, and then spell casting. So I think I want the fire animatable here. I don't think we don't have it as an animatable tile, so maybe we have to do that and add it if we want it animating, or we just have the still. Yeah, maybe the still is fine. I mean, I don't want it to look like it's actively on fire in the library, so I think an image is okay. Cool. I think we pick this one for spell casting, especially because Flamma's our first spell. Cool. Okay, so we have controls, inventory, spell casting, and we need loot as well. And then maybe coin. I mean, coins are self-explanatory. Treasure chest is self-explanatory. You know, other things like berries and nuts and stuff, they aren't going to be in the demo, so we probably won't put them in the tutorial spot, but we will need loot. Was this not 16 by 16? What the? Oh no, it isn't. 12 by 14. Okay, whatever. Sweet. I do want maybe like, well, it doesn't really make sense to have like a mat down so that it's not just sitting on top of the wood once we place it in the library, but let's just see how it looks. And these are all in the collidable collidable layer, so we can put save, and then we can draw these in our tiled here. Cool. So there's a little controller, little inventory. Okay, no, I think I want to space them out a little different. If we space these out, yeah, maybe we just space these out. I don't know. Part of me hates it because it looks so out of place, but also we kind of need something. I don't think I like how they're offset, like all the orbs are one by one next to each other. So maybe we just keep the orbs there, put the... What don't I like about it? It's just because it's like uneven. Like we have an empty side over here. But like, you know, you walk into the library, first thing you come up against is the controls. And I guess if you don't know that A is interact, you can't read that A is interact from the controls. But if they can't figure out how to press the A button to do something, you know, I mean, see what that sucks, because on keyboard it's P, the P button. So shit. Yeah, I'm already stumped, like. Yeah, because they, you know, if the players, yeah, P and O are the, I mean, are there, yeah, I don't know. It makes sense for me for P and O to be the other buttons, because you want, yeah, that's a good idea, Squinch. Like, yeah, like if no, sprite sheet for gamepad controls if you want to save some time. That's a good idea. Well, maybe what we can do is the first time we walk in the library, it's a scripted event, and Tashio walks right up to the controls and clicks on it for you, and then it leaves you in the dialogue for controls just the first time you're in the library, and then they have to hit P to advance the text, maybe. Yeah, like the first thing it says is like hit the P key or A button to advance text dialogue on screen or whatever, and then it just drops them into that, and then it has the rest of it, you know, D-pad or WASD to walk, or control stick or whatever. So I guess we can set a trigger for whether or not the library has been entered before, and then we can just start them off walking up to the controls and saying that, and then, you know, it'll say, like, the very first thing it'll say press P key to advance dialogue, or like maybe we can say the key P is the action key, press action key to advance dialogue, and then it says also like press action key to, yeah, no, oh, that's a good point, Squinch. Yeah, if they can't, like, if you can't figure out D-pad to walk, like, you're not gonna cast spells in this game. Let's be real. So yeah, I guess just, yeah, yeah, that's true, Squinch. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. God damn it. Yeah, you're right. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we can make this library... Fuck. No. I don't know. I do not know. I mean, what key is normally substitute for the X button, or like the action button on computer games? Like, I don't play enough computer games. I just know WASD. I mean, people just kind of click things randomly, right? But I doubt. I don't know. P seems like such a weird thing to click. To me, it makes sense for the Game Boy layout, like the two buttons O and P are over here on your right hand, and WASD's on your left. Yeah, damn it, Squinch, you're right. Oh, spacebar. Okay, spacebar makes sense for... I did have spellcast at spacebar for a while. Okay, and then is either shift button normally like a secondary action button? So maybe we can do space for A and shift for B? Either shift for B? It's throwing me off because the A button is on the right on the Game Boy. Whereas if you play like this, the A button... Shit. And then the thing is we have it built. We read the little right here, B and A right here. So maybe we can just swap these, and maybe our spellcast element goes on the left here, and that's A, and we make this spacebar, and B, well, no, A button is normally advanced text on a Game Boy game. Yeah, so if they're playing on touch, I want them to be pressing A for the spellcasting. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I guess that still makes sense, because like B, action B button is like not used very often. It's for all these other items like the loot, or just for initializing the loot state. So I think I'm fine with spacebar being the A button and shift being the B button. Either shift being the B button, I guess. So let's do that. Yeah, so this will be spacebar. Is it space? Okay. See, that is so nice that we can do that just with one line change, and we're already interacting with spacebar. That's cool. As well as spellcasting. Okay, cool. So then we'll do shift for action B instead of O. I think you have to say which shift R or shift right. That's a good call too, Squinch. Yeah, I mean, I don't play enough on the keyboard, but I also feel like everyone's going to have different opinions. So I guess unless everyone comes back and says like, yeah, shift is stupid for the supplemental button. Because yeah, if you see a blinky dialogue text and you don't try spacebar, right, or enter, enter is more the start button, not the advanced text button. So it doesn't like the shift buttons, I don't think. It might be L shift, R shift. Okay. That got way jacked up. It's because my pinky went to hit. Shit, man. I'm so used to P&O that it's all weird. Tab for pausing. That's a good idea, because tab... Yeah, maybe tab is for start, because I don't want it on enter if shift is the select button. Or the... Yeah, I do think tab is probably better for that. And then action, yeah, I just don't want shift and enter to do something because I just now accidentally screwed that up. So we can hit tab to go into the into this. We can swap inventories with shift, that works. And I just did the enter shift thing again. Yeah, tab, that's a good move. I think tab feels right for pause. So that does feel good. I just didn't want to put the A or B button on Q or E, because then you can't walk and spellcast. So I do think spacebar is good for that. And then if you want to pause, tab, that's good. Those are good suggestions. Squinch. H is help. Yeah, I don't want to put anything on enter, I think, because I've already fat fingered the shift for enter. So we'll do that. So I guess we're just trusting that that the player will hit the B button. Well, yeah, so I guess the text we would put for the controls, I guess we wouldn't have to say use D-pad to move, because they must have figured it out to get there. Same with advancing the text. But maybe the controls say the tab to pause. Tab is your start button, or start is your start button. And shift is your B button. And then in the inventory tutorial, it says use the B button to swap between inventory types. And A button to... Oh, man, it's tough because... I think we have to say in the controls, we have to say spacebar is your A button. Shift is your B button. And then we only talk about it as A and B button for future stuff. And then, because then, it just says it right off the bat in the control. You hit the controller and it says spacebar is your A button, shift is your B button, tab is your start. Yeah, it does make sense to put it where he wakes up. It's just that I don't want this stuff in Mage's Castle, and he kind of wakes up in Mage's Castle. Like I don't want. Yeah, I think if Mage is like talking to you after he rescued you, and there's a freaking controller button on screen while he's doing that, I think that'll really take me out. So yeah, that it does make a lot of sense to do it there, right where he wakes up. Maybe we change this. Okay, Squinch, you're converting me, I think. Maybe what we can do is the first cinematic, Mage carries us off screen, right? Fade to black. We open up. Instead of the library being in a log cabin, it's actually in the stone castle of Mage's place, right? And it does the same thing where, like, there's a bed in Mage's castle. Well, shoot. Yeah, like maybe it literally written on the floor. Like literally written in the stone next to your bed when you wake up, and then you walk out. Well, I like the idea of the library to learn about the idols. Like I don't I don't think I'd like. Oh shit, man. Okay, so I think the move is we do like a combination. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right with all the Magic History stuff. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I think we can have 3 scenes in Mage's castle, and he carries us off. It fades to black, and then it fades open, and Mage says you're up, and then he'll say like he just says, you know, take it slow. He just says take it slow, and then he says I'll find you when you're ready, or something like that. And then he walks away, and then maybe at that point text fades on the ground, and it just says, you know, arrow keys for move, keyboard for arrow keys, or D-pad, or fucking WASD, or D-pad to move. And then it says spacebar is your A button, shift is your B button, and it's in that first scene that it dumps you in. And then the next room you walk into is the library, where you can continue. You can try these things. You can walk up to something, you can hit the A button on it, advance through the dialogue. So maybe the dialogue in the opening cinematic is scripted advancement, so you can't advance it yourself, and it just takes whatever amount of time to advance. That might screw people up though, because then I think people will think that the dialogue always advances. Yeah. So Squinch, part of the lore, like, it wouldn't make sense for the library to explain the corruption because of what unfolds at the end of the game. And I don't want to talk too much about that, because I want it to be a surprise for people who are playing. So I want to keep it a mystery for a while. You'll probably see it when I get to it at the end there, but I don't want to get too into the corruption stuff in the library at all, because we're going to learn about the corruption from the village people. They're going to tell us about it. So I think that's kind of the idea. I'm trying to think if I like this idea of if we wake up in the castle and it's like a very bare bones room, and maybe instead of Mage talking to us once we've woke up, like maybe we're in the bed, you know, it fades, Mage rescues us, we fade from black into a very empty room in Mage's castle, and we're in the bed. And in that room, after like 2 seconds or 3 seconds have passed, it'll do that thing you're saying, like Binding of Isaac, where it's like written on the floor or whatever. So it's like it's kind of scribbled. Like if they move, then it's fine. But the controls will pop up to kind of signal, hey, you can play now. And it'll say the movement and the A button and B button, and then the very next room will be the library in Mage's castle. Because the other thing is too, if the library is in Mage's castle, we'd have to open up Mage's castle to the player, and then maybe Mage's study is just off limits. Like you can't go up the stairs in Mage's office. Okay, I think I'm liking this. Yeah, I think I'm liking this. It's making a lot more sense with that, Squinch, because yeah, you're right with the people will have already walked and advanced through dialogue. So I do think I think this is probably the way forward. Okay, so we'd have to redo our opening cinematic to not have all the talking with Mage right off the bat there, but instead wake us up in the room, and then there could be a little magic barrier protecting the stairwell when like he walks up there, and then just cast magic behind him to kind of guard it or whatever, and then if you walk up there, you just can't walk through it. And it doesn't have to say you can't walk upstairs. It'll just literally prevent you from walking upstairs, and there's magic there blocking you. Okay, I think I like this. You know, I think part of the scripting is we might need to make Tashio. We might need to make a sprite with Tashio's eyes closed, and then we can kind of, when we fade from black from being rescued, he kind of tosses and turns in bed, and then he wakes up and faces forward, and that's the point where we can move. But then that also means we have to fix the collidable for the beds, which we have to do for the inn anyway. So yeah, that's just one more thing we've got to do for it. But I think I like that. Yeah, thanks for talking this through, Squinch. I think that makes a lot more sense. And then the room that has the controls on the ground, the text will fade in once we can move, once we can walk. I just don't want those things to fade in right after that first cinematic. I think we need the tossing and turning to just kind of do like a little bit more of a cinematic before we give control to the player. Then we walk one room over. There's the mage's library with all this stuff. And at that point, we already know how to walk, and then we know that A button is spacebar. I think that's the move. Okay, I think that's the move. Now, I want to see how this looks like if we... Like, is there a better way to space these out? It's tough because it's at an 8. Yeah, maybe we have 3 rows of 3, but we have 4 elements. Shit. I don't know. The 4 elements look good all together. So, like, I'm just trying to think of how we can space out other sets of items, if it makes sense. Yeah, we're always going to have a gap here on one side. So the only kind of equal thing to do would be to do it like one space on this side, one space on this side, and a double space in the middle. And then we can space out these like this. And that's a little more uniform. That's cool, man. I think that makes a lot more sense, Squinch, so I think that's actually pretty brilliant. And we'll just rehaul the library sprites and just turn them stone color, and then we can plop them right into Mage's Castle. But I think something like this is better. A little more even spacing. Yeah, and then we would switch it. Yeah. Okay, so if we have it, because I like, you know, at least, I think we want to go from left to right. So controls will be on the left. So our doorway from Mage's Castle should be on the left here, and we walk in to the right to go to here, and this will just be in Mage's Castle. Oh, this is cool. That's looking a lot better, Squinch. Because yeah, imagining this in Mage's Castle seems a lot more fitting. Yeah, and then yeah, I think that is a lot more fitting. Okay. Yeah, I think that is the move. So yeah, we just have to redo the opening cinematic, which isn't a big deal. I just don't think I've got the energy for it tonight. I think this is great in terms of just knowing what to do next. Yeah, this is looking better. Yeah, I think in the castle it'll look a lot cooler. Yeah, let's just see how it looks like in the castle just for looking. Yeah, I just don't think I've got the energy for it tonight. Yeah. Yeah, it looks a lot cooler in the castle. And then we'll just give him yeah, we might make maybe we make a double staircase right in the middle there so that he can go up it, and then that magic wall, and then yeah, I think that's the move. Yeah, and then we'll have the bed in the room one room over. Yeah. Okay. I think that is the move. Okay. Well, I won't I don't think I'll start scripting that tonight. My heart's just not in it right now, but I think we will just commit our changes for the pixel art. We made new pixel art, and we've got a great idea for the new tutorial. Thanks to Squinch, I think that is definitely the way to go about it. So we'll do it. It makes a lot more sense. And then we can also just keep the Mage's Castle open as the library. The library is just the first row of Mage's Castle, which I think makes a lot of sense. So that's what we'll do. No, dude, you're good. This is better. This makes a lot more sense. Like, just the fact that you were saying how they have to walk to get to the tutorial anyway, and they have to pass through dialogue to get to the tutorial anyway. We need to tell them what the freaking buttons are, so it does need to be sooner than that. You know, I already made too many assumptions. But this is good. I don't think it'll take me... You know, we've done a dialogue before. Why can't I freaking escape this, man? We've done, what is going on? You know, wow, this is just like, is this really just busted? Okay, all we did was change our action buttons. We moved up our dialogue boxes for the library, which are now incorrect, but we're changing the scene for it anyway, so we also modified the sprite sheet, so we're just going to say added tutorial sprites to library. And then we'll run credits, call it a night, and then tomorrow I'll start re-scripting the opening cinematic. And don't feel bad, Squinch, this is totally the right move. And it's good because I tackled the two things I thought would be hardest. Oh, I should have. Oh, you're subbed anyway, Squinch, so you can't. You don't have to sit through the ad. I think this is definitely the right move. And gosh, I lost the train of thought I was saying. Anyways, let's run credits. Yeah, it just makes a lot more sense, and it's cooler for the magic to be, you know, it should be in Mage's place. Sweet. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for the help, Squinch. Oh, what I was saying was, for the demo, you know, we've got 31 days to finish the demo. The dungeon level design is probably the hardest to do, so we should really probably do that. But now since we're going to redo the opening cinematic and tutorial and mush them in with the library, we'll focus on that so that that's nice and ready, and then we will then we'll shift to dungeon design and overworld design. We have 31 days to finish the demo, but the controller support I was really worried about, and we knocked that out in one day. And then the library I was really worried about, which we're about to finish. You know, tomorrow we can probably finish it. Depending how much scripting time I get and how complicated that gets, it might take a little longer, but in the next 2 days we'll be done with the library and tutorial and the opening cinematic, and then we can jump into the dungeon design, and we've got 31 days, so I think we're in a good spot to still ship the demo in a month time. We can't mess around, but I think it's a good time frame. So I'm just gonna find someone to raid out to here, and we'll call it a night. We'll raid out to Jed, because he's doing some stuff. He's always got some cool stuff, so always happy to raid him. Yo, thanks, Squinch. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Yo, thanks for hanging. Yeah, good suggestions today. That I think is gonna make a big difference in how the game plays out. And I'm happy to redo it sooner than later. So we'll get it done today and tomorrow, and then continue chugging along. Crap, I didn't hit start raid. I meant to. But thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.